Yeah. Sorry, oh boy. So I don't really know how to start this video. I mean, it's not like it's not exactly our average video. We're talking about a fucking canceled Goosebumps movie, which I think everybody knows at this point. We've known about this for quite some time. I only knew about this about a few years ago. And I've been wondering, what would have it been about? And of course, I got some more information not forever ago about how it's actually gonna be a Welcome to Dead House film, just directly based off the book. And actually, as fucking weird as it is, I now know that you can actually go fucking read the actual fucking entire screenplay script or whatever. The actual entire thing is available to read. I don't know where it is, but I know that you can publicly fucking go read it. Apparently. Maybe you need permission or something, but you can actually go fucking read it. Which is insane. At least that's what the article said that I found. That got information from the guy who was going to produce it or whatever. Who made the script. Yeah. So I went on this article I found, and they were talking about how they went to visit him, and they got the screenplay, they got to read it. There was a very, 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 well-detailed, description of the entire movie. And I just gotta fucking say that it sounds really fucking awesome. I'm not a big slasher personally, and I'm like a big fan of Chucky, Halloween, not as much Halloween or Scream, but I'm into those, I guess. But Chucky's my big thing. You guys weren't aware. And also I like Pennywise, I guess. But yeah. And Ghostbusters. Those aren't slashers, really. Yeah, it's just I don't know if this will be more appealing to specific audiences, but of course children is the main audience since it is a Goosebumps movie. And they kept that in mind with this movie. There was some really funny shit, especially towards the fucking end, which I'll give out some details. I won't spoil the whole thing for you. I might eventually make a video about the second draft script of the original Goosebumps movie. Not showing the original one. The one from 2015, the first one, actual released. I might make a video about that eventually, but Bjorn did, and he, you know what, I might just let his video be the one. But either way, I'll try and leave a link in the description to this article. It is very fucking interesting. It's a very interesting movie. So, this book, Welcome to Dead House, we've all read it. It's very awesome. It is a solid 9.5 out of 10 for me. It is so close to being damn near perfect. The only thing that's really a problem in the movie, in my opinion, is, well, sorry, not the movie, the book, sorry, is the bickering, like back and forth bickering between, of course, the parents and the children, even the fucking parents, yeah. And it also could have been a lot more awesome and longer. Like, the audiobook's like a fucking solid hour, and that's when most of them are like an hour 20. That one thing was like just barely over an hour long. It's a really shorter book. In my opinion. Seriously, the book is really damn good. This movie, it said right before I actually read the part, of course, where it was the description of the entire movie from the screenplay that they had all read, which is 124 pages, so bit longer than your average Goosebumps book, or around your average Goosebumps book, which is around 120. It is wildly different. It is, well, it said it was just, oh yeah, there's some tweaks and changes, but this thing was so different from the book. There's so much shit that has completely changed, it's unbelievable. And not for the worse. I really liked it. It sounded so interesting. It's very reminiscent of Goosebumps books as well. It really did feel like a Goosebumps movie as well, in my opinion. It's so different. It's so different from the book. First of all, I'm just gonna, of course, I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing, so y'all can go read it. It has the weirdest start to anything I have ever seen. I don't know what the fuck I was reading. Like, is this supposed to be Welcome to the Dead House? Like they said that that's what the movie was based about. the fucking movie, apparently, I don't know where the fuck it is, or maybe I read it wrong, but this fucking movie starts off with an arcade scene. Yeah, I fucking know. With Amanda and Josh from Welcome to the Dead House. Josh gets sucked into the fucking arcade machine. I'm not even fucking kidding. Go read it. Go fucking read it. I don't know what I was reading there. I might have to go reread and figure out, wait, is that like a canceled idea where the whole fucking movie is at? Because then said, oh yeah, we go back down, and then they went left and then went back home, or they're moving. I think that's where it went. Because God, I don't know. I just can't fucking describe how fucking weird that was. But I liked it. It was interesting. It was something about Krakens. It was really fucking weird. You know, I'm assuming it would last like 5 minutes, and then, of course, Josh gets back out. But either way, that was really fucking weird. Very weird. I might have misread, but seriously, that is a weird intro for a Goosebumps movie. I don't hate it. It sounds really fucking stupid, but fun. Yeah, that is probably the weirdest fucking intro I've ever heard. Anyways, it's like you're part of a Goosebumps book, only 5 minutes, of course. Like a short story from like Tales. I think it might be a reference to it. It was set to be released in 1996. Screenplay was written in 1995, and the whole planning stuff, which probably the fucking letter was sent out on September 9th, 1995, before the fucking show premiered, like about a month. I think you get where this is going. That's my theory about this whole fucking movie, since it was planned to be done, and there was Fox involved, from what I've read. It turned into the show originally, and I don't know if this is true or not, since I don't know if this could be news, because this could be very fucking obvious news, and everybody has known about this, but this is the first time I fucking heard about it. Yeah, I think the movie turned into the show at first, of course. Sorry. It's just very coincidental that it happened only a month and a half before the fucking Haunted Mass episode premiered. So, sorry. Yeah, very interesting start to a movie. Some of the other fucking things that I have noticed, no, I'm not just gonna spoil like the main finale, but one of the weaknesses of everybody, of all the fucking townsfolk, is no longer light. Or at least that's what I read. It could be one of their weaknesses, but it wasn't their main one. During the rain, they didn't go outside. I think you get where this is going. Their weakness is fucking like water. Their whole weakness is that if they get touched by anything wet, they'll start to dissolve. They're gonna fucking die. It's actually that's not that bad. I actually honestly like that just as much as the light stuff. Like, that's how they killed all of them. And you won't even fucking believe where the fucking movie went when you hear that. Of course, like, oh, so maybe the finale take place in rain? No, it's even worse than that, but you get the point. Very awesome idea. And where it went, it was very hilarious. It added to the comedy factor with Petey. When you read the script, you'll find it. It's right around the end. In like the final like 10 minutes of the movie. It's actually really fucking. It's dope. It's so stupid, but it's a Goosebumps plot twist. Like, it's like an end chapter thing, and then like, yeah, it's hilarious. You'll love it. If you like hilarity in Goosebumps, which is like Goosebumps' like whole thing where it's spooky and scary, that's the whole point. Yeah, Petey does kill something. I'll just tell you that. And the whole idea of how these guys are actually gonna be killed, since we all know the plot of Welcome to the Dead House. It's where the house is their like space. It's a house that's always empty that they get moved into, or new families like every now and then, so the townsfolk can feed on them and kill them, and then they become part of the townsfolk. That's basically the plot of Welcome to the Dead House, or like what is going on. This movie is wildly different. First of all, the house, let's just say it's more of a dead house than anything. I'm just gonna say that. It's slightly more accurate to the title. It's also extremely creepy. Yeah. And straight off in the beginning of the movie, their car, as soon as they arrive, their car gets totally wrecked. The chimney of the house just falls right off. The weirdest part is, it seems like, oh, was someone up there since the bricks were moving like 5 minutes ago? You'll find out. You'll start to figure it out as the movie goes on. Sorry, the script. It's so awesome. I fucking love it. There's also this thing going on with the town founder. Of course, Dawes is the main villain of the movie. Mr. Dawes, whatever the fuck I'm gonna call him. And there are some book characters from the books, but Mr. Dawes, he is the main villain, I guess you could say. And I like that. I'm fully on board with that. If they fucking remake this movie, if they just take that screenplay, please. It's so awesome. It's so good. It's not even made by Stine, but it's really interesting. It's really solid, in my opinion. And it's very different, but it's also really good. I just don't know how to describe it. It's just so different from the actual book. Mr. Dawes is, like, the main villain of the movie. And it's cool and all, but there's something, like, other for a main villain. It's so interesting. It's so bizarre. There's also this scene at a birthday party where there's a clown called Uncle something. And it happens very early on in the movie, once again, before the halfway mark. And yeah, they're just stopping by, Maynard and Joss, and then the clown's head fucking falls off. But of course, it's a prop head. If that just happened, they're fucking leaving. So they're gonna figure out, okay, these guys are zombies, obviously. Not exactly what they are in the movie, but yeah, it's Force Living Dead reference, the whole movie. Kind of. There's some Living Dead references I've heard. Walking Dead, Living Dead, whatever it is. Sorry. And this whole thing was adapted into the episode. Like, I mean, obviously, when the TV show came out, they made an episode around, like, the second or third season. This thing only became an episode because of the screenplay, apparently, you know, and it adapted into the show. Either way, still fucking sad that this thing ever got made. I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, it's a fake head that falls off the clown, and it's really fucking cool when that happens. Like, oh shit, it's like a Goosebumps twist, and then they find out it's a fake head. It actually starts to melt in the river because it falls off, then rolls down the hill into the river, a little stream. And that actually has significance. There's rivers and stuff around here. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Rivers, what? You get the point. So I'm taking so much of this. I just woke up a few hours ago and I'm not exactly fully awake yet. I read this thing, the whole article. It's fairly interesting. Once again, link in the description. Yeah, I really like that clown scene. It was so awesome. There's also this really cool thing that happens around over the halfway mark of the movie, where they start to really figure out what the fuck is going on and think it's really weird. I mean, it has something to do with the school. There's a lot of... it starts to rain at the school, and then all the kids just suddenly vanish. Not because they're dead, of course, but yeah. You'll see what that is, because, like, they're at school, it starts to rain outside, they're like, oh, man, they all start to moan and groan, like... Like, they're angry. I'm sorry. But, yeah, it's such an interesting, movie, and I really like it. And also the ending, it's something. I don't hate it, but it's something. It's something. It just ends. This is fucking straight up and ends. Let's just say it's sort of a middle finger ending, sort of. And not that nothing happened, but like, oh god. It's not gonna fucking ruin the movie for you, but it's still kind of, it could have been a way better ending for what was put down there. But it's still typical of Goosebumps. Like, the fucking announced ending in the first book was not bad at all. It's just like, oh, there could be sequels. There could be sequels. It never happened. It could have, but, yeah. Anyways, yeah, this has been a 14-minute uncut fucking video of me rambling on about a fucking screenplay but never got, made into a movie. Sorry I didn't go into the details of what the making of the movie. It never got even fucking started, I think. There were hopes and talks about it, and then it never got, they didn't get the filming. They didn't get the permission to do it in the first place. Yeah. Obviously, this probably evolved into what the TV show was. Since that, we got, it will be some photos shown at the end of this video. There's letters and the fucking front page of the screenplay showing everything. It is awesome. I will show those photos right at the end of this video. I should have said that earlier so y'all would stick around. But yeah, seriously, this is probably the most interesting screenplay Goosebumps film I have ever seen since I read the second draft script like a few years ago. I need to do a reread of it. I don't think it was the whole script. Either way, it was so fucking interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and reread that afterwards, sometime soon. And yeah, if y'all want to go actually see this, read this fucking screenplay for this Walking to Dead House film, do so. It's a literal full film. Very interesting, very bizarre, but I really liked it. It sounded so much better than the movie we got in 2015. I don't know if I prefer it over the second draft script of the 2015 movie, but it's still really good. Really solid. Sorry. Oh god, okay. And that's gonna do it for this video. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.